Okay. That should be time. Just want to double check to make sure I can hear myself again. Yeah, I turned it off ever so briefly because of the fact that YouTube was complaining on my bitrate is wrong. So, whoops, that's a mistake of my own making. Woohoo! Well, that's fun. But in the meantime, I do have set up some submissions, and I'm noticing that there's already 3 on here. So, right, I should probably prioritize on whether anyone is viewing our channel or not. It says we have 3 viewers. Whoops. It says we have 3 viewers here, so, you know, paying close attention to the chat. Do we have a Ferrano, the Pius, or Nems World here? The tiebreaker is going to be, if all 3 of you are here, that is, then the tiebreaker is going to be whoever submitted first is the one that I'm going to be playing first. So again, checking back to see if Ferrano, the Pius, and the Nems World. If you can post on your Twitch chat, our Twitch chat that you are here and respond, that'll be great. And while I'm at that, I'm gonna briefly be configuring my web page here a little bit. Whoop. Oh, whoops! I goofed on that text. That needs to change. It's not 53. It's 54. There. Amazing, the things that you can do with technology. But yes. Using... Wait a minute. Users in chat. I see Nems World here. Yes, Nems World is indeed here. I don't see the PS or Ferrano yet. So I might as well try the crime critters then. Before I do, I should probably grab a few things. I'll be back real quick. All right. So let's do this. I did not participate in Ludum Dare this year, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be able to rate these games per se, but I'll do my best to at least provide some honest feedback and talk about like what I can do. It's a co-op game too, so ideally if you have a friend or Parsec, oh, there's definitely going straight. Oh, then definitely go straight to Post Jam. Uh, that's actually a completely fair point. Um, I might as well do that then. But first, I think the all-important thing is Crime Critters robbed the British Museum. Truly the museum best to rob. Get your best woodland buddy and steal as many artifacts from the British Museum as you can get your sticky paws on. Play co-op or alone. This is a co-op game first. Grab and hold of the same artifact as your friend and experience some speedy or cautious thieving antics. Or challenge yourself solo, controlling both critters. Alas, that last thing is going to be how I'm going to be doing this. So, yar. Objective. Your objective is to carefully maneuver artifacts out of the museum and into the back of your truck without getting caught. Carelessly hauling will decrease your item's value or straight up break it. Damaged goods will also slowly alert the authorities, leaving you with just enough time to quickly scurry to grab whatever you're making before making a getaway. WASD and IJKL, shift and space. Those are controls. Okay then. Whoopsies. Post-jam now includes sound and controller support. We simply forgot we hadn't implemented it. I guess controller might be the better way for me to go. I only have one controller, by the way. So, this is going to be an interesting and probably frustrating challenge to both use a controller and a keyboard at the same time. But I know that if I were to use my keyboard, it would only take in 3 inputs. So in the middle of adding, we simple leader had, oh. Yeah, so I know that my keyboard only takes in 3 inputs at any time. So with holding shift and space would mean one of the critters will stop moving outright. Because then I only have like an S and a K. So like if we were both, so the 2 critters holding on something, and then if I hold S and K to go down, then any one of those buttons will just stop registering because that's 4 buttons. And my keyboard can only handle 3. So I think controller might actually have to be the way to go in that case. But let's see. Oh, is this Godot? This loading bar looks like a Godot loading bar. Oh no, it's Rive. Ooh, it's a little loud. How is the audio on everyone else's end? Is it too loud, too quiet? Can you actually hear me? Rive was just to make the splash. Good here. Okay. Just checking to make sure we're all caught up. Okay, looks like we are. Alright. I have WASD. And Fox is controlled by that. So let's see if I'm right here. Holding down, I'm holding up, space, and shift. Yeah, it's not registering. So it's exactly as I thought. Okay, and then A, B, X. Why do I have to hold both of those buttons? Interesting. Okay, so I have to hold down the 2 triggers. Alright, cool. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's, I'm doing great right here. Oh, I'm holding on to... what? Oh. I'm doing so well here. Ah. You know what? Raccoon, you're on door duty. And that is going to be your only job. It looks like there's a little bit of 3D going on with those tails. Interesting. Oh, I appreciate the note, post-jam version don't rate. I should have done that with my previous games too, because people were getting confused as to what they need to do. Ah, close enough. Wow, creating damages from my own... Oh, okay. Yoink. It just came to me that this could be a good door holder. Oh, cool. I'm so good at this game. Yeah, I kind of want 2 controllers with me right now. You know, that's a sum of money where I would just be happy. Yoink. Cool, we're dragging Rakakuni. Yoink. Yeah, there's a massive speed boost when both players drag the same item. I mean, I figured it'd be something like that, but, like, you know, I have to work with what I have to work with. Yank. Cool. I think I'm good. Oh. Yeah. Yay! Alright, look, Rakakuni. You should go deeper. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. All right. Yay! You got away with nothing! You should go deeper in. I wonder how you get in there. Woo! Here. Let's squirrel our way through. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's the intent behind this. Cool. Sure, camera shaking, but whatever. I don't care. I feel like the controls are a little reversed with the hands. Okay, well, I wonder what happens when you lose. I'll make sure that they caught me in the act. There we go. Ah, okay. City of London, City of London. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. You know, we lost nothing, so maybe that was a win. Yank. I mean, I just had to make sure. Do 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 do. I just noticed this. Is there any particular reason why the camera doesn't zoom out to include both characters? Because, like, I'm looking out here, right? And now I can't see the raccoon anymore. Okay, so that's the... So there's a maximum zoom out. Okay, so, yeah, okay. The fox gets the priority on the camera. Interesting. Sure, let's do this incredibly silly configuration where I am guaranteed to lose. There we go. Deactivate the lasers? Why would I do that? I'm having so much fun with the lasers. So much finesse. Look at that. Amazing. Look, I got that far. I'm pretty happy with how far I have achieved. Well, I mean, you said deactivate the lasers, so... I'm assuming it's something like... This symbol right here is really suspicious. I'm assuming it's something like you can just move this. Hooray! Alright, Rakakuni. Perfect. Well done. Alright. Raccoon. There we go. Look at that teamwork. So many DreamWorks. Alright. Look at that. We're making it happen. It's happening. Yo, we lost nothing there. That's awesome. Oh. Boop. Ah. This is so hard to do. You cannot even imagine. Okay. Look, we kind of only want this. The claw that's happening on my right hand controller hand is kind of really fascinating right now. Oh, okay. Whoops. Yeah, you lead. Oh, okay. Well, that happened. Let's call it. We got what we wanted. Ah. Ah. Ah, that what? Wait, what? Yay! That actually might be my best record. Okay, I think I'm good. There, there's the controls are hard when you're trying to do this alone. Actually, it's kind of interesting that you chose WASD and IJKL. What was the line of reasoning behind that? I thought like using arrow keys would have been a good way of using the second player controls. It lets you play alone nicely. I see. Whelp. Also, in the title here, it's sort of reversed. Like you have maybe it's at least it's better than any other configurations I could think of. Also, so like you have the Fox here, with WASD, but IJKL on my keyboard is on the right side. So like it's kind of weird looking at the raccoon and having an IJKL and then the Fox having a WASD. Fine. 3 days, I know. So I feel like balance wise, these two sprites could have been swapped. Um, no, I did have. I like the Well, yeah, let's get to the thoughts about it. It's interesting that there isn't a time factor until the alert bar goes all the way to the maximum. And you kind of have it in this way where a lot of the pots are sort of deliberately designed to break pretty quickly. I know it is technically possible to navigate between them, but oh, it does tick up slowly. Interesting. Okay, that wasn't immediately obvious to me. I guess that's why. Hmm. I wonder if there's a way to note that a little more clearly. Um, Perhaps like, so what happens if, for example, when the alert bar makes it to the middle, you have like a full screen hurry up show up, and then and then you show that again once that alert bar goes up to 3/4, for example. That might be an interesting way of implementing that, where it's based off of threshold. So yeah, there's not a time urgency, at least from what I can tell. If it was intentionally supposed to be in there, then I didn't notice. um I did like the negative money notification, because that sort of intuitively told me that that increased the alert bar in a particular way. So I did like that design aspect of things. Um, the fractures were really well implemented. I did like that. It made it clear to ease and easy to understand. I don't fault the speed too much. I kind of like the critters move fast enough. I'm not disappointed in that. And certainly with correct coordination, I can see it working. But alas, I never saw good coordination working. So it just ended up with me being really, really uh, sloppy and going at like the slowest speed you can ever imagine. So I feel like that was annoying to me. But just just me. I I know that the choice of making infinite zoom out not implemented was a deliberate design decision. I would have still liked some marker to give me a good idea of where Raccoon went, because it seems really arbitrary that the controls are focused on the fox, if that makes any sense. I thought it was also a bizarre choice that the controller only made it so that holding the you have to hold like the two shoulder, well, on my Xbox controller it's LB and RB, so bumpers. Like you have to hold down two bumper buttons for two separate hands. And for that matter, it seemed reversed. Like if the fox was pointing upwards, um, then the left bumper made the fox's right arm to spring out, which was really confusing to me. It's so that you have individual hand control. And to be clear, like having individual hand control is useful, but then you didn't have it for the keyboard, so it felt a little inconsistent to me, I guess. Not that I would make the keyboard controls more complicated. I don't know. There was obviously a point where like I was grabbing a pot on one hand and then the door on the other, and then I got stuck because, you know, I had to let go of the door, but I couldn't on the keyboard. I couldn't do so without letting go of the pot that I have on hand. So it's a little weird. Okay, so The Nem's World said that the controls were in fact reversed, so good catch. Um, that was a little weird. Sound audio I think was really good. Fairly self-explanatory stuff there. Nothing really stood out. Um, it would have been nice to. Have I noticed that there was any sound differences when you broke something? Because breaking something happened pretty frequently. I think you bounce between two different sound bites. I might be wrong on that, which I feel like three would have made it more tolerable than two, but regardless, that might have been a little too hard to do within 3 day time span. There were multiple sounds and pitch changes. Okay, yeah, but not for every item. Okay. Um, let's see, what else? I mean, I did figure out how to disable the lasers, so that's interesting to me, I guess. That there isn't an obvious way to do that, and likewise, there isn't an obvious way to get in the closet either. And you said like you had to kind of brute force it. I I have a little bit of mixed feelings for that. I think the idea of having puzzles in your game and like um needing to solve all that as rapidly as you can is actually a good idea. You want to add in as many you want to like really squeeze out as many sort of game mechanics that you can come from that. Um, the I think the part that kind of gets me with both the laser puzzle. I mean, the design was there. Like there was a symbol of weight, so I can figure out that I'm supposed to do something there, right? Um, the lack of feedback to tell me I'm doing the right thing or not, or even visual clues that tells me the right thing or not, was sort of not there. So it was hard for me to tell that there was a puzzle there to begin with. There was meant to be a weight bar in the wall. So like some sort of number, I guess, that increases or decreases. Or perhaps like a progress bar. Yeah, it's like a progress bar. Okay. Okay, so there was thoughts and plans for that and it just didn't came through. Um yeah, I don't know. Um just for me, it was the lack of feedback that kind of made it difficult. But I did like the fact that, for example, to get to the safe, right, I needed the raccoon to keep the door open while the fox slowly drags it out. Like, I like that. That's a puzzle. That's like a puzzle there that is really intuitive to me. Sir Arion asks, "Is there a form to submit your game?" Yes, there is. I thought I added in a hashtag or something to be able to enter, but I don't see it. So, oh, is that it? Maybe it's Game Jam? Darn. Okay. Well, looks like our bot is not working. Um, yeah, it's fun to quickly come up with collaborative puzzles. Yeah, I think the collaborative puzzles, less so than the one that you can do solo, makes it obvious. Um, like I like you can use the weight puzzle idea, but have it so that like one of the critters has to be standing on top of it, right? Now, that makes the the getting to the safe an impossible puzzle to solve without triggering the lasers. But besides the point, like there's probably ways to kind of configure that as necessary. I don't know. The idea that you have these puzzles at all is actually, I think, good thing because it adds variety to the gameplay from just you gotta carry stuff around, right? Um, it might also help to add in a little bit of Cloud of War, or like little darkness or flashlights mechanics to it as well. I feel like that kind of adds a lot. Um, it would be even cool if like yeah, it would be even cool if like only one of the characters can hold on to a flashlight. But anyways, besides the point. So I feel like those sort of cooperative elements, maybe there are like gears that you have to turn or something, would probably be more intuitive than weight puzzles and smash through the door puzzles as there was. But it was but I did like that. I overall I was not in the circumstance that made it easy for me to do this. Again, I had to like claw my hand, then claw my left hand, and it just all did not work. So, um, and as you can see from me just early testing, yeah, keyboard controls will not have worked either because literally one of the creatures will just stop running. So, um, that was not fun. I don't blame you. I don't blame the developers in this case. I blame my hardware for this. It could have been a lot more fun, and not as it was not because of the hardware limitations that I had to work with. I don't know. Like making co-op games has always been hard for me because I knew there was going to be a lot of keyboards where it only supports three keys simultaneously and does not register anymore. So like to me, I kind of always ended up avoiding them, making them, um, unless I was like very specifically like you need controllers to play it. But yar, that was the experience. I like what I see. I feel like there's a lot of potential behind it. My hardware kept me back from enjoying the game, if that made any sense. And that's not something that you would have had control over. So, sorry. All right, so I know Sir Arion is on. Is Verano of the PS or Myrand underscore on? I see Griff Kuba. I do see Miranda actually, and they did submit first before Sir Arion did. I know Sir Arion, you were asking around, but we do prioritize on who submitted first if both people are on. We will get to your game very soon, so um, that those are the rules I'm going to be running with. But hello, Myrand. Let's play Modular. But yeah, Crime Critters. Um, I'll eventually I'll come to a situation where I'll enjoy this more. But yes, Modular. Let me hydrate a little bit. You control a robot which can be upgraded with other robots' modules. Defeat them and obtain their abilities in order to succeed in a series of short one-screen puzzles. This is my first game. I hope you like it. Well, I'm gonna find out. This is in fact a jam game. A WASD to move. Tab is to hold. Interesting. Okay. Left click to drag item, right click to attack, left shift to dash. That's a weird control scheme. Okay, well, I'm gonna find out. Oh, there's a couple of Godot entries today. I speak as a Unity developer myself, so I know there's been. Oh. I wonder why Godot got so popular. uh, is there a double jump? Did I miss something? WASD to move, tab, left click to drag. Oh, like so. Okay, so that's what this was indicating. Um, okay. Hold. Then there was a dash, which was left shift, except I don't have a dash. Unity dev here too. Although I'm currently working with Unreal at the moment, in a AAA company, so that's why. Right click to attack, left shift dash. But tab was inventory, and how do I pick something up? Drag into your inventory. Okay, got it. Okay, that's not immediately intuitive, I guess. Okay. Wait, that's supposed to be shift, right? Oh, oh no! Not sticky keys! No! Ah, gosh. What happened? Okay, shift. I'm gonna figure this out someday. No! Ah! I'm so sorry. I'm making your first game look bad. Whee! Oh, space also jumps. That's nice. Okay. Oh, okay. What? How? How'd you do that? Oh. It would be nice if there was some way for me to tell whether something would actually come into the inventory or not. So, okay, so, like, I get how the inventory system works, but, like, for example, if I'm pulling it here, it would be nice if it told me, like, what section it'll drop into. Maybe it'll highlight, like, which boxes that it thinks it registered the gun. Because sometimes I'll have this, right? And then, like, I'll think, oh, I can move around, except it's, no, I didn't pull in my inventory. So that part is a little unintuitive to me. What? Shenanigans. Also, like the range of the See, why is that not killing the enemy? Doesn't feel great. Ah! I'm liking the whole, like, I like the Resident Evil inventory system though. Like it makes the inventory a puzzle in and of itself, and that's cool to me. Um, okay. Okay, I don't know how that worked, but whatever. Oh no. I would have liked a backup plan in case that would have failed. Yeah, like see, I'm now stuck with Chuck Norris. Da! I know it's bad platforming on my part, but also I do feel like the shift as dash is a little unintuitive to me. Like the attack is more intuitive, and I feel like if dash and attack were in the same button, it would have been easier for me to work with. Oh wait, I can use arrow keys. Also, I keep expecting like up to jump. All the Let's see if I can do this. Space dash, space dash. I feel like this shouldn't be hard. And I'm making it hard. Oh. I don't know. The left, I'm having a lot of struggles with shift being dash than anything else. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, like, for me, like, I don't feel like that is so much the controls are difficult and I don't understand how to do it. Like, the gaps are fairly easy to comprehend. The fact that I have to do it twice is kind of annoying to me. Once for one dash, one with a jump dash, and then if I can hit the switch, maybe I probably wouldn't have struggled as much. I wonder. Oh, I wonder if that was the right way to solve this puzzle. Well, now I can skip that. Thanks for playing. Yay. And then apparently the credits sequence is all about committing murder. Look, I'll commit the murders. The AI had it coming for them, okay? They clearly turned against humans. Oh, what? No! No! Haha! Alright. I don't know what that achieved me, but I get to brag now. Hooray! Um, Benjamin Halko, if you'd like to submit, unfortunately it looks like our bots are not working, but there is a panel down at the bottom with a link to our submission form. Okay, I think I can form some opinions based off of that. So I like the idea a lot. I think the biggest struggles I personally had were controls. Um, but yeah, the positive stuff first. Um, I like the abilities that you have established. You have the double jump, of course. You have, of course, the normal sword slicing attack, which is shockingly well animated. I wonder where all your time has went into that one. Have accidentally ended up going into that one. Um, there's the dash. If this was a dodge, that might have been more interesting to me. Um, and then of course there's the all trustworthy and almighty gun, which I'm sure nobody is going to complain about. Um, I do like this geometry-based inventory system. Again, I kind of called it the Resident Evil um, the Resident Evil inventory system. But there's a lot of flexibility. Like you obviously have this way of constraining two weapons from being equipped at once, um, like so. And I like that. I like that forced decision of needing to leave one out and using the other and so forth. It would have been cool if, like, for example, you can get 3 jumps, but if you wanted a gun, then like you have to sacrifice 2. So like you couldn't do like a quadruple jump. So there's a lot of like really cool gameplay ideas there. Um, so I said I didn't like the controls too much, but the actual movement controls I think is perfectly fine. I think the movements are fine, the double jumps are fine, the jump art trajectory is actually quite predictable, and the levels was definitely designed with the controls in mind. So like I think the level design themselves as well as the puzzles weren't actually all that bad. I didn't find any specific faults in them. There was the one level where I was struggling with dash jumping, but I don't see that as a problem because of the dashing being intuitive or unintuitive like that. To me, it was more or like the levels being too badly designed. I just had to do the dash, jump, and then dash twice, right? Um, would have been nice if I only had to do it once, but I knew I could do it, and I knew I could do it consistently if I got the order of my buttons correctly. The part that I just struggled with it is the fact that dashing is like a dedicated button on shift. And right now, oh, whoops. Oh, the reason why it didn't trigger is because I didn't even have this equipped. Whoops. But like shift, as you can see, kind of triggers my you're tapping shift 5 times thing. So it's like one of those things that I'm not actively trying to get myself into doing often. I feel like E or Q may have been slightly better. Alternatively, double dashing A or double dashing D might have also worked too. Um, like if you're gonna have shift be dash, you might as well have shift be like a run. If you hold down shift to run kind of thing to me. Again, I feel like up could have been a better alternative to, or could have been a good or better alternative to jump. You can probably make it both because I know some people are used to space being jump, so you can make both of them trigger jump. And I don't feel anyone faulting you for doing that. Just make sure that you know, when you tap the space and the up button at the same time, they don't make you super jump, which I've done so many times on my own Unity games. Whoopsies. Um, the parts that I think could have used improvement, the inventory system for one, the fact that you have to get your mouse to hover and then place them all accordingly was not intuitive to me. Um, like the So when you open tab like this, like what am I looking at? What does this mean to me, right? In like a Resident Evil game, for example, um, when a menu screen shows up, it's like an entire dedicated screen, and it will say at the top like this is your inventory, or have like a tutorial, shenanigans like that. So I won't say that you need to have a full dedicated menu per se, but it would be nice if, for example, as soon as I grab something, time would pause and then like an inventory would show up so that there's like a context sensitivity to it, and I can be like, oh, I need to drag this here. And like that way I can learn and understand that you know, I I got um I got something to drop into the inventory system. Um, I've done UI programming, so I just kind of think of user workflows as sort of like the first thing that immediately comes to my mind and how I should do stuff like that. Um, you have it so that the left, I don't know. I know that there's a left and a right mouse button, and that you should always try to take advantage of both as much as possible. But if it doesn't require aiming, I feel like using your right mouse button to do an attack. Well, the attacking was the easiest thing for me to do. Oh yeah, that's right, there's a gun too, so that's probably why you pull it on the left mouse button. Right mouse button. Okay. So it was just unintuitive for the sword and not, but more intuitive for the gun. Hmm. Then I take that back. I was gonna comment that I didn't like the attack button being on the right click, but it's obviously like you have a left button dedicated for dragging items, which I think in and of itself is not the most intuitive thing, but just my opinion. Um, yeah, I feel like in a more different kind of game, I can imagine I can imagine like two different systems where like you have maybe you have this one game where, you know, these power-ups just kind of float and you left click on it and you drag it into your inventory, right? Or like another potential idea would be like these are power-ups that you can collect. So you collect one and it goes into like a shelf, an inventory shelf of sorts. Um, and then like you tap on the tab button and it brings a full screen menu where you have like your power-ups that you've collected on the right side of the screen and in the middle of the side of the screen. You have to play Tetris to fit which power-ups gets activated or not. So it's like an active module versus collected inventory or collected module kind of thing. So like there's two different workflows I can imagine working with this. Anyways, like I don't know. The if you kind of did it the second way, for example, then that would open up the left mouse button to do the firing. And like just generally having only one button on the mouse because Macs only have one button on their mice, right? Having one button on the mouse be like a dedicated attack, I think would be a better set of controls. It's funny. I feel like I'm suffering from the opposite problem from the robbing critters thing because of the robbing critters game. Like uh, the problem wasn't the problem wasn't the control setup that they had. It was literally the keyboard that I have. Are you playing games on a queue? Yes. We have a sign up form at the bottom of our Twitch channel, so you can sign up there. But we do prioritize people watching. It's just that we go into a queue after we have multiple people watching at the same time. So yeah, no, I genuinely like this game. It sounds like I'm being super hypercritical about it, and it sounds like I didn't like anything about it. No, I genuinely like this game a lot. The puzzles are unique. There's a you like the idea of needing to utilize the AI of the enemy bots themselves. The robot for this game reminds me a bit of the old NES Rob. Yeah, um, so like the fact that you have to take advantage of the AI of the bots themselves to finish your problems, um, like I really like that. The one of the cool ideas like I had while just kind of playing it is like, what if you make it so that you have friendly fire on, right? So you have these like you have the stationary gun uh, enemy, and you have to like manipulate it so that it fires against another robot, so that you can collect that item to be able to then attack the gun enemy. Like there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of ways you can expand on the puzzle and the game idea itself. And while very short, I do like the puzzles that you have at play right now. Um, I think it was pretty good. They got a lot of the ideas across, and certainly it left me with like, oh, I want to see more of this. My main criticisms are controls without a question. To me, the dash specifically, as well as bringing up the inventory, but at least inventory felt like context sensitive, so it wasn't immediately a bigger problem. But the dash itself, where dedicated to shift, was a bigger hurdle for me to overcome. Um, if there was a way to just decrease the number of buttons, perhaps making it all context sensitive, that would have been really nice. I think that's the summary of it. But yeah, no, that was cool. I really liked that my round. Sir Arion, you're online. You're still online, yes? Yes. All right, cool. Plungebot's Playroom. Brand new grappling tool for all your cool suction cup action. However, it might need some testing first, and that's where you come in. Oh, hi GLaDOS. Solve the various puzzles by making use of your suction cup in the limited space. Drag toy blocks and trains, sprint to the other side of the the other side of dangerous pits, and make use of the useful pipes to deflect your shots to reach the exit. You play the role of Plungebot tester, and all you have to do is to get to the exit of each stage. But it won't be easy. With limited space you'll have to work with, make clever use of your plunger and its ability to efficiently reach the exit. WASD, shoot plunger in the press direction. Interesting. Space, change the camera angle. Escape, pause, mouse, click menu options. Does your bot not move? What does it mean? A minute. Bloop. I should have configured my download configuration so that it doesn't reveal what my file system looks like. Also, remind me if I'm playing through it, and it sounds like I'm playing through it, that I should bring my, I should take down my Be Right Back card. Because that's a thing that happened in previous streams that I completely forgot to do. Okay, just in case. LDJAM 54, make a folder for that. Drop the zip file folder there. Whoops. Take advantage of Windows 11's new tabs. Okay. It should automatically open, yes, because Unity recently changed. Redshift Games, game dev. Double checking to make sure, does everyone actually see the game screen? Oh, the knob is so small, I didn't even notice. Yeah, this looks a little weird to me. Oh, you know what would have been nice? If there was like a border, a clear border around the slider bar so that it was obvious that these are supposed to be sliders that you can move. Because at maximum, like, I can't tell. Alternatively, you can make it so that the master volume is at 75% or something like that. We didn't have an UI artist, to be frank. Yeah, totally makes sense. Credits. Fancy. All right. Well, I should... Whoa, wait. Why is the credits starting at the middle? I had to scramble something acceptable. 3D artist, Andre Di Bartolo. Game designers, Darkonius. Clearly, I'm going to butcher these names. Darkonius, Mavakar, Mario, Agnes, Mirth, Samueli, Lorenzi. There are lots of people actually worked on this. I'm not seeing some repeats here. That's interesting. All right, cool. In-person Ludum Dares are fantastic. Okay, got it. Victory! Spacebar to change perspective. Oh. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay. It was a mixed group of people with experience and people at their first game dev experience ever. Oh, that's all fantastic. Escape to pause menu. Nice, that's useful. Interesting. What happens if you die? Oh, okay, it's just called defeat. Interesting. Oh. Absolutely nothing would happen. Okay. The victory chime is a little strange. Oh, interesting. Okay, I like this like teaching moment you have. Um, I kind of I kind of figured, felt my way through that. That was interesting. Okay, so this brings it to the halfway point. Uh, which isn't exactly useful unless... Yeah. My puzzle game design skills are actually put into good use. Uh, okay, I see what's going on here. I don't see what's going on here. That is certainly dangerous. Neat. From I know it's supposed to be like 3D modeled and it sort of kind of gives this little loop kind of thing, but my opinion is that it would have been nice if there were like actual arrows indicating indicating where the outputs are, because if you kind of change your perspective from vertical like this, it's kind of hard to tell. Um, I also am kind of curious, like what led you to default to this specific camera angle? That's kind of a strange decision to me. Oh, I don't know what that block did. I wasn't paying close attention. Oh. Oh, I see, and that's why there's a train there. Uh, okay, so we need to move the train out. So that's a given. The camera was intended to be, you can see from the top but not move, and vice versa. Okay, so I can't move left or right, but I can move bottom, which doesn't help me in the slightest. Okay, so trying to figure out the order of operations here, because I know I have to move the train, but do I do that first? Or do I move the block first? What happens if I move the block first? Then it brings it closer to me from where I'm standing, which doesn't help me in the slightest. Oh, did I soft lock myself? No, everything is according to plan. The camera was intended to be, you can see from the top but not move, and vice versa. But for time reason, we failed to implement that. N okay, so the door is closed. Figured that's why the block was there. Makes sense. Um, well, this is here. Oh, okay. Hooray! Oh, fascinating. Is this as simple as I think it is? Sure answer no. Uh, Restart. Oh, whoops. I mean, this is just Pokemon um, ice level physics. So, yeah. Okay. I need to think this one through a little bit. All right, what are the clues that I have here? Um, so I think up to here, I think I have everything correct. Okay, I think I got it. That would open that up. Then I can go this way. There. Got it. Okay, interesting. So right, down, up, left. And now I'm back from the start. Except now in a worse position than before. Or am I? Uh, Arguably still yes. Oh wait, the door's still open. An opportunity has presented itself. Bug. Uh, did I soft lock myself? I may have done so. Yes, I may have done exactly that. Derp. All right, let's try the part that was working. Um, which was me going through this jazz. Um, Interesting. The behavior of the train is not immediately obvious. Like it's supposed to meet halfway, but if there's only 3 blocks or 2 blocks, it's not obvious to me which one will move, whether it's going to be the robot or the train. So that's kind of what kind of confused me in this particular puzzle. If it's odd, it prioritizes the player. Interesting. Okay. Bloop. What took so long for the door to open? Oh. Funky. Mystery. The programmers have a lot of headaches. Basically, 70% of the dev times went into those cursed 90-degree things. Yeah, uh, certainly that's what I thought. I'm a programmer myself, so like certainly when I looked at that, I'm like, yeah, that probably gave programmers some difficulties. Well, I never really tested what happens if I go this way. Just kind of immediately assumed I was supposed to do this. Okay. Oh, see, like this camera angle tells me nothing about the level. And so like I'm forced to hold space throughout the entire thing. And I don't know, I just find that kind of weirdly silly to me. Like I can't even see where my robot is, right? Um, okay, so I want to get to the far wall as much as possible. Yeah, yeah, I know. As I said, it was intended to be peek from the top, then move from the other angles. Up, 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 blah, 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 do, 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 do. Victory! Cool camera angle matters more than gameplay. shaking my head. Yeah, I mean, I know you're joking. Get your button puzzles out of here. Too easy. Way too easy. Who made this level? Okay, okay, I think I know what's going on here. Loop, loop, loop. Oops, wrong direction. Yup. Oh, I'm stuck. Intriguing. Ha! It's a learning experience for everyone. Next time I'll sacrifice graphics a little more for the sake of gameplay. Boop, 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 boop. Wait, where's the door? Oh, it's blocked. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, I think I have a way around this. What's this animation? Okay, I think I know. Yay! It sounds like some animator like variable is not being set correctly. That would be my assumption. Uh, Trying to think of a good way around this. Oh, okay, that would be a good way around that. So, how to reverse engineer that? I think some rogue coroutine. Uh, remember when I had to veto Griff Kuba? Remember when I had to veto a game idea because it was suggested I should make a game entirely out of coroutines? Yes. Ha. Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah. Took me a while. Oh, okay, interesting. Interesting. I gave some odd suggestions, but that one was just out there. Indeed, I couldn't see it happening at all. Right. The sound effects are getting a little repetitive to me. I know this is being me being really picky about sound effects, but I do care about variety in sound. I don't know. I'm the kind of person that kind of gets easily bored with it. So it's definitely a good idea to add in some variations. Um, okay, I'm trying to reverse engineer how to get what I want here. We had a lot of people in the team, but we didn't have some key skill sets available, Mhm. Like audio, UX, UI, visual effects. Actually, I'm kind of impressed you're able to get so far without a visual effects, because I feel like for a game like this, visual effects would have been really critical. Haha! Just a little thought. There's a lot of levels in this game. There was a lot of people working on it, so I guess that should have been expected. Oh yeah, what would happen if I do this? Oh, nice teaching moment. Okay, okay. I like that. Mostly I had programmers and game designers, some professionals, some students, some that opened Unity for the first time. Um, I do like that. So, background information here. Sometimes I was responsible for organizing global game jams, and one of the things that we always try to do, but it's quite arguable whether we were able to achieve it or not, are getting like various different people to interact with each other because Global Game Jam in particular is supposed to be like a social event for us, right? So it was always hard to get like people with differing experience levels to be able to work with each other. I do too. I already scrambling to organize a 2023 edition. Um, so yeah, just being able to see like, oh yeah, a lot of different people worked on this and they had like all sorts of various different um, you know, experience levels was like really cool to me. Really cool for me to hear. Thank you for playing. Oh my goodness, I did it. Holy crud. Main menu. There was 24 levels. Wow. Um yeah, the concept was simple. I liked it actually. The the part I liked the least was the trains. The fact that you can only move them halfway. Uh, it was really easy to soft lock myself with specifically trying to figure out and understand how trains work. Um, but everything else was extremely intuitive to me, and I have actually very little complaints as to how it went. Um, the level designs were really good at teaching me the basic concepts as to how each elements are supposed to work. And over time, I was able to take advantages of those items. So yeah, no, I liked it a lot. Camera angle was my other least favorite part. I just thought like I might as well have it in top view at all times. That part felt really strange to me. Um, what else? I've already mentioned the sound effects could be a little better, but the reason why I'm starting with all the bads is because genuinely speaking, I thought I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was very, very well crafted. The levels were fantastic. The puzzles were absolutely really good. You can see me like just kind of thinking it through and being like, how do I reverse engineer this, right? Or like, how do I like get to my robot to a point where it's standing here, which is a good sign. You're making me think. You're making me be like, okay, I have to like figure this out. I didn't feel like any of the levels were too difficult, which is a very good sign. Um, there was never a moment where I felt like I cannot beat this because the sequences were far too complicated. Always a hard thing to do to balance as a puzzle designer. Like there's only I like to think of puzzles as an order of sequences, an order of events that a person has to do to be able to unlock the 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 door and make it to the exit, right? Trying to keep that, trying to figure out what those sequence of actions are to me the part that I like the most about puzzle games. Um, Not like collecting clues or anything like that. So, anyways, I did think that the number of actions necessary to complete each puzzle, while it increased obviously as the level went along, it never came to a point where I was just like flat out confused, right? Which is good. I really liked that. I liked that there was a level of complexity that the game, there was a ceiling of complexity that the game had like a sort of an upper boundary of, so that it will never make the game too difficult to play. So I like that part a lot. Graphics were really good. The art was really good. Um, the I did think that the front of the level was kind of dark. Um, so that made a few elements a little hard to see. It would have been nicer if just the room itself was well lit and relatively uniform in its lighting, um, so that all the elements were visible and easy to see. Um, the design elements of each item was fairly self-explanatory. The only parts that I kind of had complaints on, obviously, was the train. The fact that the train can move forward and backwards, like it has wheels on it, made that clear. But when it moved sideways, the fact that it acted the same way was unintuitive to me. It would have been nice if that one was. I wonder if, like, for example, a ball might have been a little more easier to understand in that case. Maybe it's like a heavy ball bearing, for example, where like yeah, if you push it enough, it'll roll, but it'll only roll like so far. Um, and then the moon shaped, the crescent shaped pieces, the fact that you couldn't stick onto it was a little unintuitive to me. The fact that you couldn't stick onto the star, on the other hand, was intuitive to me. So I think like the having that sort of spike shape made it easier for me to comprehend. Like, oh, you can't make it here. So um, I don't know. I feel like I know there was a lot of 3D artists working on it. I feel like a better design pass could have been went through to make it more easier to understand why those couldn't be sticky. Right. I understand that the reasoning was weird shapes was to prevent that sort of thing, but if that's the case, they could have made a surface texture different, right? The sort of wood block textures doesn't tell me they're not sticky. Um, but if you made it like slimy, gooey, perhaps abrasive, like sandpaper, that would have been a little more intuitive to me. Um, but I want to be clear, those are nitpicky stuff. Like, as soon as I figured out you couldn't stick to the crescent moon, right? Then it wasn't like you needed to remind. I needed to remind myself again. Oh, I cannot stick to the crescent moon. Um, it's just that it would have been nice if I could tell the first time I looked at it versus needing to learn via doing, if that makes any sense. Other than that, yeah, no, I like the game a lot. Um, not no, not much to complain about. It may have been nice if there was some indicator to let me know how many buttons there were in a level, and indicating how many were activated. Um, that would have made some of the puzzles a little more readable, I feel like. Um, Maybe also if this is more as a reminder to a game player, if like the little arrow panel where you hop onto it, if it indicated where you landed, that would have been a little more useful too. Um, so like the part that you landed had sort of like a lighter shade to it, or maybe a small glow to it, or something. I don't know. That does mean that does make it sound like standing on there would do something, but whatever. There's probably a way to make that more obvious. Yeah, no, honestly, I'm being nitpicky. Really, I'm very impressed with the puzzles of the game, and I like that. I like the way it taught me. I like the way it wasn't too complicated, to be honest. It was just the right difficulty for me. Cool. Um, Normally at this point, I would call it a stream, but I do know there was at least one person online. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Who just submitted. Let's see. I don't see Benjamin Hulko. So I know Cheese Pencil was on earlier. And where did Cheese Pencil go actually? Oh, Cheese Pencil is here. So yes. Is Benjamin Hulko here? Is Ferrano and the Pius on? The Pius. I guess that's supposed to pronounce Pius. I just now registered that. It says, sadly, we still didn't have a game space like yours here, but maybe one day we will get to it. The places like that are an inspiration to us. By the way, thank you for trying out our game. Yeah, no problem, Sir Ariane. All right, well, uh, Cheese Pencil, you will be the last game that I'll be playing for this stream. Oh, this is a concerning title screen. There's something really disturbing about this to me. If it lags in Firefox, try a Chromium. Why? Um, a, a simple but challenging game about sitting in boxes. Going to bed. It's 3 a.m. here in Italy. Good night. Yes, good night to you too. You're a very special cat because you can be long or stubby at will. You need your special talent to fit into and ultimately sit in a series of cardboard boxes. You will walk across the screen, and at any time you have the option uh, to halt each half of your. Oh, okay. You halt to stop any part of your body, any half of your body. To fit in a boss, your chest and butt must be within the edge of the box. Doesn't mean the two legs. If any pixel of your chest or butt is outside the edge of the box when your front and hind ends stop moving, you lose. But if you fit in a box, you get points for the sit and move on to the next. Precision is rewarded. Earn triple points if you fit in the box perfectly and double points for a great fit. The excitement builds as successful sits increases your movement speed. How long can you keep up? Can you get a high score? Um, Activate full screen with F11. Escape. Oh, there's a Xbox control support. Sweet. Is my Xbox controller even on? Okay, it is. XY. X is halt the left. Y is halt the right. A is to halt both sides simultaneously. B is quick reset after game over. Can you beat 2000? This is what precision looks like. Okay. Well, let's try it. Wait. TIC 80? What? What is a TIC 80? Oh, it's a tiny computer. I am very disturbed. It's a fantasy console like Pico 8. Okay, I need to figure out the controls. So it's Y first and Y first, then Z. Oh, come on. What? Shenanigans. Oh, okay. That's a purr. Oop. Gotta make it perfect. Okay, it's just great. I'm doing it! Why? Alright, one more try. Maru, it's not that hard. It's a box. Oh, weird. Yay, Firefox. You know what? This is an advantage. I'm keeping Firefox. I'm never gonna beat 2000, but that is okay. Look at that satisfied purring cat. Feels safe surrounded by all four sides of the boxes. It is not a jail. Oh, looks like moderation tool has activated on the word but. But I'm not oh, whoops. Ah, so close. But if you stop the but first, then the shortcut will go to the long one and fit into the boxes better. Oh, nice. All right, neat. Then a short cat will go into a long cat. Stupid voice to text. Actually, you know what? I'll test that real quick. So you said that if I... Oh, okay. Let me see what happens if I actually do focus on that. The lag is so bad. I know. Okay, that's okay, cat. Okay, yeah, no, this was adorable. Um, that's interesting. So, yeah, I'm wondering what the limitations are with the fantasy console of the TIC. It is a combo beacon tool. Um, because obviously, um, there's no music to it, and I was wondering, like, can TIC support music running while playing sound effects at the same time? Um, I know the NES was really strange in that it could technically, but it was like really limited, and you had to deal with some certain things. Um, no, in regards to like an arcade game, this does add an interesting twist. So I'm thinking of like other arcade games where like you have to like control, you know, sort of like the Human Tetris YouTube video. You have to like just control the character at the right spot and make sure that they fit through the hole kind of thing. Um, that's kind of what reminds me of. Fall Down is another one that also comes to my mind. There is a music tracker in Tick. I just haven't figured out how to make music with it that isn't ravaging. Fair enough. Um, Obviously, like with the fantasy console stuff, there's some limitations that you have to deal with. So it's interesting to me, like um, there's certain limitations that I don't know, like I don't know what those limitations are. So to me, I'm not entirely sure how to best criticize what I can and can't do. Um, I do appreciate the sounds were relatively intuitive to me. The purse came in a little slow, so it was hard for me to tell like, oh, this was good or whatever. But I probably would have built the same way, except I would have made the meows with my mouth. Yeah, fair enough. Um, but the pling sound when you're halting, you basically stop a portion of the body was really good to me. Like that told me the information that I needed to know. Um, and then I would fail miserably at fitting into the box. So fine, whatever. I kind of understand why that concept works, and through like it's basically designed to be an arcade game. So like through trial and error, like it allows me to understand. Okay, this is how you're supposed to deal with it. These are what the buttons correspond to and what they do, so on and so forth. So I do like that a lot. That it's fairly intuitive to understand. It does require some failures, but at least for me, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with dealing with uh, failing a little bit and getting a better understanding of, oh, okay, that's how you're supposed to play this game. Um, Hugely appreciate the quick reset after the game over screen. Holy crud, that's such a great way of getting me back into the game and re-experimenting and relearning and understanding what works and doesn't work in the game as well. Kind of wish that was like a default thing rather than needing to press a single button Z to like restart the whole thing. Um, the choice of making the Z key cause the cat to fall down is an interesting choice. What was the impetus for that? I did use it a few times, but that was when, the cat was already small enough that I said, why not go ahead? It never came to my mind that I could stretch the cat, right, to make a better fit. It was the very first feature I implemented, not knowing that I would need it or not, and I didn't ever take it out. Okay, fair enough. Um, I mean, even with TIC, I would assume it can accept, button down presses on two keys. And if it's just two keys, then any keyboard can support that. So I just thought that was like a strange decision. Seems seems like a vector for potentially getting someone to mess up. I've been using a the Xbox controller. So there it came, it's harder for me to make that mistake, but just not enough time to clean up. Okay. Um, yeah, I just thought that was strange to me. No, I liked it. Um, obviously, I like it as much as any other fall down slash arcade game. One of those kind of games where it's like, oh yeah, it's fun for a short time, and then uh, I probably will not play much longer. Not because I think the game is bad or anything like that, just because there's only so long that I'm willing to play an arcade game before I'm like, all right, this is kind of boring me. I should move on to something else. Um, so I don't want to make that sound like, oh, the game is bad or anything like that. I think the game is good. I think the concept is very intuitive and easy to understand. The scoring is interesting. I didn't pay very close attention to it, but I do like the risk versus reward of trying to get a better score via trying to get a perfect fit with the box. I think that's really interesting to me. I didn't spend much time planning considering replayability since it's for a jam, and people only play for it's like 2 minutes anyway. Fair. Um, and I think that's completely fair. I don't think these are like bad things. If anything, I think the world needs more arcade games. Uh, if you take mobile out of the equation, but different story. Um, no, I did like the game. I genuinely did. And it's the risk versus reward aspect of it was really really fascinating to me. I feel like I know there was very little time to work with. Um, if we wanted to add in some extra challenges to it, maybe you can make it so that the box moves a little bit. Perhaps it even resizes a little bit. Um, or maybe there's like an angle thing, like if the box is in a weird angle, then you have to like fit the cat in a weird angle. Um, or perhaps the boxes are different shapes as well, so that that kind of trips the player up a little bit. Uh, yeah, no, there's a potential for extending it, albeit not by a significant factor, but still, I can see ways to kind of like expand the game in various different ways to further increase the challenge of what you're supposed to do as, I guess, a stretchy cat. Um, yeah, no, had fun. This is cool. Liked it. Sweet. It looks like there were a few games that I was not able to get to. Sorry about that. Oh, it says Benjamin Halko was online earlier. Did I not catch them? Did I not catch them and accidentally skip them? Hmm. Well, I'm not seeing them reply yet. Well, in any case, yeah, this is pretty much the end of the stream. We do stream for 2 hours basically. Yeah, no, I like the games that I played. They were very good actually. Very creative too. Um, few puzzle games in there, which of course is my forte, being a puzzle game designer myself. So that tickled my that tickled my interest. I really liked that. Yeah, not much else to say. Is there anything that I should mention for what we'll be doing with Kuba? Oh, are we streaming next week as well? I believe that will be post Friday, so that probably means it's after the judging period. I'm sorry for pushing that responsibility onto you. If you are working on typing fervently right now. Saturday. Yes, we have a stream planned next Saturday, if memory serves correct. And probably continuing the Ludum Dare judging, if memory serves correct, or am I wrong about that? Other than that, I believe, where was it? You were back to Timbertown, so I would assume that the next couple of streams will be on Timbertown as well. Also, regularly on Saturdays. This time around, because I'm the one that's hosting it, we did it on a different time span. I obviously did it on a Sunday, but we normally stream on Saturdays, weekly. And usually we go by Eastern time zone, not Central time zone, starting from 6 and going until 8. So, you know, if you want to check us out in future streams, that's where we'll be at. All right, I don't have anything further to add. Without anything further to do, I'd like to say good night to you all. Good night. Bye. No streams on the 21st due to one upstate. That's correct. Oh, but next month. I don't know what the plans are for next month, but I believe we have something planned very big. I'll let you, Griff Kuba, be the one announcing that next time. Alright, see ya.